Welcome to the Creative Condition podcast with me, Ben Talon, illustrator and creativity coach, founder of the Creative Condition, artist and writer. I bring 20 years of creative industry experience and a lifelong love of creativity, a fundamental pillar of human happiness, to you through ongoing personal exploration and the shared experiences of others. You'll get a nourishing mix of creative industry professionals and people far and wide using creativity in ways that can take our learning to the next level so we can maximise our unique blend. The show's been supported from day one by Illustration-X, a tremendous illustration agency representing a shining global roster of illustrators and animators over at illustrationx.com. The music for the show is by Dirty Freud, who you can listen to now on all good streaming services. And for everything else, for my coaching, resources and inspiration, head to thecreativecondition.com. Today I'm back with another instalment of the Creative Conditions Creativity Diary, my whimsical musings, my insights, my experiences, my shared bollocks on creativity. That's one way of putting it. Welcome to the Creative Condition. How are you doing, guys? My name is Ben Talon. I'm the host of the Creative Condition podcast and the founder of the Creative Condition, my vehicle through which I help people understand, maximize and optimize their creativity through coaching, reading lists, podcasts, long-form articles and ongoing research. I love this stuff. I am incredibly passionate about it. If you would like to work with me direct, I would love to work with you on the coaching front. Be you an illustrator, a designer, a founder, a team of people in a business. It doesn't matter. I know creativity, I know the human condition, and I can help you to elevate your offer and be a better human. It's big, isn't it? It's profound. Let's do it though. Give me a shout. thecreativecondition.com/coach for all the info. Drop me a note through the site and we'll have a chat. I've been doing some great programs recently. I've been working with motion designers. I've been working with an ex-Hollywood writer who is fantastically talented and starting up his own coaching program. And you know, it's ever exciting to get people's scenarios and be charged with working out the blocks, the pain points, the opportunities, the hopes of the human underneath it, and then working through the specifics of their creativity to come up with an action plan. It's such a unique process that I've stumbled upon through all of my writing and podcasting over the years, but I am so energized by it now, so I would love to do it with you. I have an illustrator-specific offer. If you're an illustrator, if you're panicked about that future with AI and where you're going and the need to pivot and all that, don't despair. It's not as doom and gloom as you might see out there, and I can help you. I've got some pilot priced sessions left over. That means cheaper. It's 1/4 price cheaper than what it's going to be currently $449. It's going to be $600 or $599, I should say. Let's lose the penny on the pound. And I'd love to work with you, campaign installments and all that. But the point is, I can elevate your game. I can get you to where you're going. I can really help you. I've got 18 years as an illustrator experience. And so I bring in all of those specifics along with my broader coaching abilities. I did my first one the other day. It was tremendous, went really well. I loved it. And it's really great. I'm a real empath and sensitive person, so I love doing this. But that's not why we're here today. We're here to read the diary. So without further ado, here we go. 13th of October 2025. Trends or the unknown. My work creating illustrations for E4's Skins TV show animated trailer was my first step into the world of motion. My first outside of editorial illustration, in fact. My hand was very much held by the patient and brilliant Mike Maloney from Art and Graft, for which I remain grateful. And a story I often tell students and coaching clients about the need for humour, play and unconditional experimentation is that the ridiculous Tyson versus Thatcher poster won me that job. Tyson versus Thatcher was a ludicrous climax to a personal project making a series of old-fashioned boxing posters and promoting various speculative and frankly ridiculous pay-per-view scraps. It was edgy, silly and comical. The director came to a group show for which I'd made some art, and in conversation he broke down laughing, asking me what it was all about. I had tickled him and his partner, who then invited me to dinner, where they couldn't let it go. In the end, the essence of the line work and the smash-mouth approach landed with the edgy tone of Skins. This is exactly why we should be making bold, brazen work in a way that reflects who we are and what we've seen and felt in this world. There's no making that poster with that opportunity in mind. Engineering of that kind doesn't happen that way when it comes to joining dots. So which way do you go? Run for the trends, or do it with full blast glee and share it to see what the universe has for you? 14th of October 2025. Where did all the good websites go? Where did all the good websites go? That question was put to me. After working with a long-term coaching client for over a year, we had a massive breakthrough last night. Our groundwork to date has been about mindset, about overcoming some challenging personal trials and getting him facing the right way with his values and passions at the heart of his practice. This takes time, but now, with the foundations set, he's taken a huge step forward in telling his story. It feels better than any of my own successes. As he revealed a beautiful first draft, I struggled to contain myself. It was alive. It had a set of bollocks, and it screamed everything I've come to love about him through our work together. Unapologetic in its arrangement, its daring scale, and shattering of template-style open goals. As I gushed all this onto him, he laughed, and I began wondering where all the good websites were, which triggered a chat about early internet creativity. Those flash sites that welcomed you in and blew your mind a little bit. The bad ones and the good ones were curated by humans, and no matter how flawed, insane, or playful, the curiosity flooded out of them like 1,000 pop-ups. Of course, clarity, UX, and all that stuff matter. As visual communicators, we know this. But surely we have to push it to some limits, break some rules somewhere to inject some attitude, some personal experience and point of view. Things have become so instant and so guided, which helps in some ways, but it removes the jeopardy, boxes us into replicable layouts and achingly dull, clean websites. Don't get me wrong, I used Squarespace for the Creative Conditions official site. I'm no developer and my budget didn't stretch to full blank canvas customization with my web developer. But it didn't stop me from telling the story in every corner of the site with my own hand-rendered textures and unapologetic tone of voice, which permeates everything I make. Because it's mine. What's yours? Anyway, my client was right. It seems odd that the ambition and imagination that characterised those early websites have not risen with the capabilities of the latest tech. And that makes me slightly sad. But all is not lost. He's taken everything we've worked on in his life this past year, his self-discovery journey, and found a way to choose the right tech to serve his ideas, his soul. And you all have a real treat coming soon. 15th of October 2025. Optimism, my old friend. The difference this time is, I know anxiety will return, but I also know it will just be passing through. 2 weeks into a couple of CBT workbooks and online programs, I can start to feel a little agency over my own thoughts again. Sitting down at my desk yesterday, I felt something that's been absent for too long. Unfiltered optimism. I felt excited about my art and the possibilities it brings to my life. I felt cautiously confident in the growth of my coaching practice. I even bought a personal life notebook to get myself better organised. Getting organised, having failed to find a system for the last 17 years, has been a turning point. CBT has essentially been like employing a wardrobe-sized security professional, complete with earpiece in whichever part of my brain the local riffraff come to party with no rules and cheap drink and drugs. The riffraff, of course, are inflamed thoughts. The doorman is the tools CBT give you to bring some sort of order to the party. This enables me to observe the thoughts and crack down on the troublemakers before they even make it into a cubicle carrying a little plastic baggie with an alien face on it. And while it's a fragile rebuild, which will invariably throw up bad days and backward steps, I'm at the wheel, and it feels good. So with that return of zest, I leaned in. A small commission fell into my inbox. A regular of mine. I did the job, but I also asked the client who I might contact to pitch a written column idea I've had and feel would fit. I said hello to some friends, peers. Approached a couple of founders about my coaching program and remembered that it is this, the assertion of will, the expression of my desire to help people who I enjoy working for and to whom I know I can provide value. The hustle, if you will. In it to win it, in with a chance, taking the shot, Whatever your choice of description for this essential aspect of freelancing and growing as a creative professional, it must be done. And the knowledge it really, really could happen cannot just be a distant idea, but something pure and deep within. There you have it, guys. That is the latest instalment of the Creativity Diary through the Creative Condition, which you can read now at thecreativecondition.com/the diary. Check out everything on the site. I pour heart and soul into this stuff. The reading list is there to help you connect better with your creativity. There are books on psychology, books on art and design, books on colour, psychotherapy, you name it, it's up there. Go and have a look. Thank you so much for listening. Please do take the time to tell a friend if you like the show. It helps podcasts grow, perhaps more than any other aspect. If you can leave a little rating or a review on your chosen platform, please do so. But remember, on Apple Podcasts, look for the one with 50 ratings. I'm about to get rid of the other 3 because I've duplicated this show 3 times on that platform, meaning there are four outposts for it, which is ridiculous. Maybe it's a flaw in Apple's podcast system, but it's also a flaw because I'm a plank. Big thank you to the founding sponsor of the show, been here since day dot, integral in this show's continued existence. Illustration X. Check out their global range of illustration and animation portfolios now at illustrationx.com, and please do support the Ukrainian Institute at ui.org.ua. They do incredible work supporting the Ukrainian creative community, who continue to inspire and make magic throughout this horrible time of war. That's it for me, guys. If you want to work directly with me on the coaching, also find that at thecreativecondition.com/coach. I have an illustrator-specific offer and a bigger, broader offer in the Pit Stop, which is my intensive, unique deep dive where we work through all of your shit to get you back on track creatively. That is it in a nutshell. Read more there, of course. Download the PDF. Cheers, guys. Have an awesome week. Hope you've enjoyed the diary. Take care. Stay creative.